All right, so for Hottie or Naughty, this is the Anna's segment usually, but I'm doing it this week, where I will tell you who in the past week has earned my approval as my designated Hottie, and who has earned a place on my shit list for being naughty. And first up this week is my Hottie, and it's Florida Congressman Alan Grayson. And this past week, Grayson has been all over the news shows. He's made the case against a military strike on Syria. He's arguing that the U.S. has no vital interests at stake in this conflict, that we are not sure who even carried out these chemical attacks, that military action will cost billions of dollars, and that bombing is not the solution to every problem around the world, and also that a unilateral attack on a sovereign nation is a violation of the UN Charter. He has done this unapologetically. He has done this and he's bucking the Obama administration, who are obviously very fervent about going to war, and that's tough. It takes courage to go against your own, your Democratic president when he's, in his first term as a congressman from Florida. And he's arguing a position that is supported by the plurality of Americans, and yet he seems to be a minority voice. And when he's on the media, he's treated as a hostile witness, and they're all very, wondering if he's really against this. And then he goes through his list over and over again. So
he's actually right there with Rand Paul, who's saying the exact same things.
Yes, except Rand Paul is saying that we need to defend Syria because Assad is good for Christians. So he's I'm a little
the exact same thing.
I'm not entirely on board with Rand Paul about this one. So anyway, Alan Grayson, Hottie of the Week. And who gets my naughty seal of disapproval? This week, it goes to Slate magazine contributor Will Saletan. I don't know if you know him, but back in 2003, Saletan was a gung-ho Iraq war supporter, and then 5 years later, he recanted, saying that he described the lessons he had come to learn by stating, "I wish I'd absorbed these lessons before the war. The best I can do now is remember them before the next one." Well, guess what? Here it is, 2013, and the next one is here. And what is Saletan saying? Let's go to war. He's banging the war drums as loudly as ever. He wrote a recent column that was pretty much standard in its pro-war sentiment. He didn't even argue really that we have good evidence or that this is going to do anything, but it's just sort of we need to do something argument, which he is welcome to do. But I wanted to mention this portion of his column, which I want to share, and I had tip to John Schwartz at michaelmoore.com for flagging it and on Twitter. He called the UN lazy, Saletan did. He called the UN lazy and gutless, and then he said, "If the Security Council had any backbone, it would have punished Saddam Hussein a decade ago for thwarting UN weapons inspectors." Okay? Now, that last part never happened. Hussein did not thwart the UN weapons inspectors. Why would he have? He didn't have any weapons of mass destruction for them to inspect. So Will Saletan, you can go back on your pledge to think twice about being a warmonger today, but at least try not to misrepresent basic facts about the last war you were horribly wrong about. And while I'm on the subject also, I thought I should mention, how about Saletan and all the other Iraq war supporters who suffered no professional consequences and who have not changed in any way after being so horribly wrong about the most important foreign policy decision of the past quarter century? How about we collectively stop putting them on TV, we stop giving them a platform, and we stop listening to what they have to say about possible military action? I saw a news story about a guy in Ohio who threatened the police. He called 911 and threatened the police, and the judge sentenced him to stand outside the district court wearing a sandwich board saying, "I am an idiot." And we need something like that for the Iraq war cheerleaders. But these guys, they bear significant responsibility for the atrocity that was and continues to be the Iraq war, and now they need to shut the fuck up. Will Saletan and the rest of you, you're all my naughties of the week. There, I'm done.